what people can't get beyond is, even executives, honestly, like I've spoken to many mortgage executives, and they can't get beyond the fact that there's these nefarious players who can potentially break into a blockchain or a crypto and make something bad happen. And there's so much more to it than that, but it's really the media and the name that gives blockchain kind of a bad name. It doesn't say all the amazing qualities that we can talk about that it can do for the mortgage industry.
The amount of conversations I have on a daily basis with people, and I even bring up, when I say blockchain, very few people, still blows my mind. It's 2023. Very few people still know what blockchain is. I get blinks back like, well, I've never heard of that. Now, if I say crypto, then I get the, oh yeah, okay, so you're one of those. So if you were talking to a layman that came in and said, okay, tell me, explain as simply as you can what blockchain is specifically, so we can help understand that a little bit, and then why you think that the understanding or adoption of it has had such a struggle for just the common person to be able to wrap their head around.
Sure. So, you know what, Mike, I didn't say properly my background. So I ran a company, I started my own company in Symmetry Blockchain Advisors in 2017. And I literally toured the country teaching mortgage executives what blockchain and the difference was between that and crypto. And so just, you asked the question, and I just want your listeners to know, if they don't know this, they're not alone. I mean, literally I would go from, I felt like I was on like the tour. Unfortunately, it wasn't a rock band tour, but it was a crypto blockchain education tour. And so basically the bottom line is, blockchain is the protocol on which Bitcoin was originally built. And there are thousands of blockchain protocols, and there's only one Bitcoin blockchain protocol. And all the other cryptocurrencies that you might hear out there, Ethereum is another one you might have heard of, they are all built on different blockchain protocols. So the most basic concept is that they're two different things. Crypto in blockchain is a protocol. Crypto is a currency built on blockchain. Okay. Yep. So let's establish that. Why hasn't it gone mainstream? Mostly, I would say, because of the media and the news. It always is harping on the nefarious players in the crypto market. And so what people can't get beyond is, even executives, honestly, like I've spoken to many mortgage executives, and they can't get beyond the fact that there's these nefarious players who can potentially break into a blockchain or crypto and make something bad happen. And there's so much more to it than that, but it's really the media and the name that gives blockchain kind of a bad name. It doesn't say all the amazing qualities that we can talk about that it can do for the mortgage industry.
Okay. So Eric, how would you answer that question too?
Very similar. I mean, you have what's called, it's a term that's been used for years, but it's called TradFi, traditional finance, which is what we're all used to today, which is banking, mortgage lending, consumer lending, any way that we do either payments or lending, the transfer of money and underwriting risk and making those credit offers. It's called TradFi, traditional finance. And then you have what's called DeFi, decentralized finance. And there are ways that, especially in the United States, because of where our regulation is going and some of the recent determinations we've seen from the SEC, is there's a test. It's called the Howey test, HOWEY, that has four bullets to it, four prongs. You either pass or fail it. To date, you're seeing that in the United States, for example, a lot of these groups are passing that, whereas Bitcoin is failing it, which is a good thing, meaning that it's not a security. It is a distributed ledger technology, with blockchain being part of that distributed ledger technology piece. And the use for business use cases is becoming more and more apparent, that the immutability of the data, the assignability, the transferability, the accuracy of the data can also be amended by having anything that was put in the chain incorrectly and then have it put in correctly afterwards. So you have that audit trail. Yeah. So especially as we see in title insurance, you just want to make sure that you see the underlying asset and the proof of that ownership. And that can be utilized in a chain, and then a token's created of that, which makes it digital and easily transferable.